Welcome to this PPP loan forgiveness application, how to track PPP loan expenses. My name is Matt Holtquist. Now, this is a new updated template as of August 24th, 2020, and I've added a number of things here. So this video, very important that you walk through, listen to this and watch this video to see how to use this template because I've added a lot of really cool features to this. All right, first things first, you'll see a link down in the description of the video, and I've also put it in the first comment that I've pinned. You can click that link, download the template in Excel, and use it. There are no passwords. You can use it however you like. Okay, so let's walk through this. So most of this template, you know, the design and everything is set up exactly like the other templates if you use the other templates. Now, the difference in this one is I've added, first of all, this 8-week or 24-week covered period. Okay, so what you're going to do if you're using anything between 9 and 24 weeks, you're going to choose 24 weeks. And if it's an 8-week, you're going to choose 8-week. Okay. Now, when you do that, it's going to give you certain dates and these will automatically fill. All right. So all the yellow cells in this sheet, you can fill in. Anything else that is not yellow, do not change. Okay. It's formula driven and it will mess up your results. Okay. Now, the next thing is electing alternate payroll covered period. I had this before, but when you choose that, it'll give you some different dates in here as well. Now, this one is very, very important here. So the number of weeks in your forgiveness period, all right? So your options here are between 8 and 24 weeks. So if you are an 8-week period, you choose 8. Very important. If you're not, then you choose the number of weeks that you have in your period. Okay, so for example, if you're in the 24-week period, you went beyond 8 weeks, but it's week 12, and you are now applying for forgiveness because you have spent all of your money, you're going to choose 12. All right, if it's week 14, you're going to choose 14, etc. And if it's all the way up to the 24 weeks, you're going to choose 24 weeks. All right. Now, another major change that I did down here is I had the wages line here, but I've also added owner wages here. All right. And if you go all the way to the right, you'll see that you don't put anything here for those wages. And they total right here. All right. I'm going to show you where to enter that. The rest of this information has stayed the same from the prior templates. Now, down under the gross wages calculation, you've got the employees listed here, so you're going to list out all the employees. Now, you have to choose in this template, is this an owner or is it not? So you have two simple options, yes and no. If it is an owner, choose yes. And if it is an owner, you want to make sure that you enter their 2019 pay for the same comparable period. All right. So this gets a little bit confusing, but I do have a description in this box. So read this description. If you have any questions on it, feel free to leave a comment below. So it's very important. You want to put that in. All right. And then you're going to put in their gross wages for the different pay runs during the period. Now, here's what this does. Okay. So it's run off a couple different factors. So first of all, we've got the 24 weeks. We're at 14 weeks and their pay was $30,000 last year and they're an owner. All right, it's very important to do this because you're limited on how much you can exclude for owner's pay. So in this case, it's $20,833. But if their pay was less in the prior year, let's say it was $15,000, okay, it's going to choose $15,000. And let's put this up to $25,000 again. If I choose 8 weeks right here, and again, very important, choose this at 8 weeks. All right, it's going to limit the pay here. Let me go all the way over to $15,385. All right, which is the max that an owner can have excluded for an 8-week period. So let's try this. We're going to take this out here. It's still going to have $15,385, and we're going to take this out and this out. Okay, you'll see that it limits it to $10,000 because that's all that they got paid during the period. Okay, so very, very important. Now, the next one, if we say, no, they're not an owner, you're just going to put in their gross pay like normal. All right, and it does a couple things up here. So let's say that this is a 24-week period. Whoops, right there. And then we're going to say that this is the full 24 weeks right there. And if they're not an owner, they have $1,000 a month and they're limited to $7,000 because they only had $7,000 to pay. But let's say they had some big weird check here for $80,000. Now it's going to limit it to the $46,153.85, which is the 24 divided by 52 weeks times $100,000, because they are limited to that amount. Okay. And again, if I take this out, put 20,000, it's going to limit it to 27,000. Okay. So what you're going to do, you're going to go and you're going to put in here, are they an owner? Are they not? If they're an owner, what was their 2019 pay? And then just put in their gross pay. You don't have to limit the gross pay. You don't have to say, hey, it's maxed at a certain amount per week. This right here will automatically limit it for you. Then those totals will come up here. It will automatically look up, was this an employee pay or was it an owner's pay? And it's going to put the totals right here. Add the totals, and then the total will come up here so you can see if you've hit the 60% and the 40%. Okay? All right, so a lot of great features on this thing. This is based on the latest information we have on PPP loans. This should really, really help you fill out your application, especially or regardless if you're using the easy application or the standard long application. This will save you a ton of time. All right, again, all you have to do is go to the link in the comments and also in the description, click it, you'll download it, save it to your computer, fill it out, do what you need to with it. If you have any questions or comments, or even if you find an error and I need to change something, because these things get a little bit complicated, feel free to leave a comment below. Happy to answer your comments and questions. Thanks so much.